Hi everyone, welcome to another digital class at basicgrey.com. Today I'm going to be showing you how to create a calendar using one of our calendar kits. We just released some calendar kits. We have 8.5 by 11 calendars, calendars that fit in CD jewel cases, and we also have some poster calendars, which are a little bit different, being that they're larger than the regular 12 by 12 sheet of pattern paper that we sell or that you might find, in other places. So I'm going to show you how you can use those 12 by 12 pieces of pattern paper on a larger poster calendar. So this is one of the calendars that we sell, and this is the finished one you get a PNG, it's all finished, everything's done for you. All you have to do is throw on your photos. So you could do it that way if you want, but I'm going to show you how to customize it. Okay, so here's the template, and here's my finished calendar that we're going to be making today. So I'm going to go ahead and put it off to the side here, and I'll put this one on the other side so I can kind of see where I'm going. The first thing you need to do is throw in your photos. So with your move tool selected, make sure you have this little option up here selected for auto select layer, and that makes it so that when you select the photo, or you click on it, it selects it. So now I can drag in my photo and it will put the photo directly on top of that layer. So now I can do Command G or Control G if you're on a PC, and that puts a clipping mask on the photo so that it's the same size as the shape below. It just drops it into the shape below, and you can still move it around in that shape and size it down so that it fits. I'm going to size that down a little bit and slide it over. I'll hit the green check mark. Alright, so now I'm ready for this tall photo, so I'll click on it and I'll drag up my photo so that it pastes into the document right on top of that other layer. And I'm going to size this one down a little bit before I put it in there. Alright, and do Command G or Control G if you're on a PC for a clipping mask. I'll just size this photo so that it fits in there. And hit Enter to lock that change in. Now we're going to get the square photo, and we're going to bring in this last photo. I'm going to size it down a little bit. Command G to put that in place. Perfect. Okay, so now we're going to work on the background. And the background I've chosen is this navy pattern from the Vagabond collection. And you'll notice that there's got some really bright spots in the corners. And we don't necessarily want to use those bright spots because we're going to repeat the pattern across the background of the calendar. And that would really break up we don't want it to look like we're repeating the pattern. So I'm going to come up here to the select tool. And I'm changing the feather up here to 200 pixels. And what that's going to do is just going to fade out the edges. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to hold down my shift key so I can draw a square. And I'm just going to grab this center area. And I'll let go. And it'll kind of round the corners and grab just the center of the pattern. So now I'll copy. Command C, or can go up to Edit, Copy. I'll come back over here and I'm going to go to the very topmost layer just because I want to be able to see what I'm doing and I don't want to have to look past the photos or whatever. And paste that in. Alright, with my move tool, I'm just going to take it up into the corner, and then I can hold down my Alt key and that will duplicate it, and I can just drag it over, and I'm going to keep dragging it over holding down my Alt key. I'm going to rotate a couple of them, so that pattern isn't so obvious that I'm repeating a pattern. So I'm going to rotate a little bit. Okay, over in the layers palette you'll see all of these pieces of the pattern that we've repeated. So I'm going to hold down my shift key and select all of those, and then I'm going to do Command E or Control E if you're on a PC, and that just merges all of those together. So I'll hold down my Alt key again and I'll bring this part down. Notice there's a big line right there through the middle. So I'm going to drag this out so I can see the handlebars. I'm going to turn the pattern just like that, move it up a little bit, lock that in. And now I'm going to do my Alt key once again. I'm going to drag this part down. I'm going to rotate it. I think I'll rotate it back. Okay, I can even slide it over a little bit. Okay, so now I'm going to select all three of these layers over here, and I'm going to do Command E again to merge them. So it's all one pattern. And then I can go ahead and drag it all the way to the back, right over the background. Perfect. Okay, so now the calendar, the actual dates are too dark for the background that we've chosen. So I'm going to select the calendar right here. I'm going to lock the layer, lock the transparent pixels, and then do Shift Backspace or Shift Delete if you're on a Mac. I'm going to make sure this is on white, and then hit OK. And that just makes everything on that layer white. Okay. Now we're going to drop in some colors into this area up here. And I've chosen green as the color for the leaves and the vines. So using my select tool, I'm just going to click on the leaves, and so it selects the branches, selects the branches, and I can drag the green pattern up and into the document. I'm going to move it over top, and then I'll do Control G or Command G, and that locks that color into the layer below. I'm going to do that for the rest of the area up in the top corner, and then I'll be right back to show you the finished product. Okay, so I've put in all my patterns, and just in case you were wondering, this cream pattern is from Scarlet Letter, from the Scarlet Letter collection. The red pattern is from Fusion, and the green pattern is from Scarlet Letter as well. So if you wanted to create this one directly, just like mine. So that's how you can create your calendar. The last thing we need to do is just flatten your Photoshop file so that you can send it to be printed. And there are some really great online services that will print these large 16 by 20 calendars, or you can go to your favorite photo printing place. It's sort of a common size for posters, so you should be able to find some place to print your poster for you. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.